For those of you who are new to us, you may be wondering, what is the Ackerman Institute and what do they really do? We were founded in 1960 by Nathan Ackerman, a psychiatrist who broke with traditional psychoanalysis and pioneered the idea of seeing patients with their families. He was the first to document therapy sessions on film to be used to teach other therapists his methods. We continue this tradition of treating mental health problems in the context of the family. Our work continually reinforces his belief that families are not the problem, but the single most powerful resource available to individuals who are experiencing a whole range of problems, maybe medical, psychological, or even larger system difficulties like racism and homophobia. When you support the Ackerman Institute, you support the development of family therapy techniques for best practices, what really works, allowing our therapists to respond to the current pressing issues facing families today. Ackerman Institute's therapists help families with issues as serious as the secrecy of domestic violence, the devastation of a young person diagnosed with mental illness, the trauma of the immigration journey, the confusion of families struggling to make sense when their child questions their gender identity, and the challenges of a special needs child. These are just a few of the problems that we address. We take what we learn, we teach it to other therapists, and we apply our best practices to the families we see in our clinic. Ackerman faculty members author influential articles and books and present training in family therapy across the United States and the world. Now, we carry our family history with us, whether it's the history of adversity or the history of privilege. The stories of the past, be they stories of hope, of fear, or even of trauma, influence who we are now and the dreams we have for ourselves and our children. Our family histories are embodied in us. So when I married, I brought mine, and my spouse brought his, and these complex histories were passed on to our children. Each family has its own ideas of what stories are okay to tell and what stories remain untold. We know when families can talk to one another about what was difficult as well as what went well, their children benefit. Children grow stronger through conversation and grow more isolated and vulnerable when they're not in conversation about the issues that matter and the things that they're worried about. The families that seek our help are like you and me, regular people with their own unique story of pain, of perseverance, and of hope, wanting what is best for their children. So what have we learned at the Ackerman Institute? When your child suffers, you and your family suffer. And when you and your partner disagree about the solution, your relationship suffers as well. Families may share the same problem on the surface, but the meaning that family attributes to that problem and the way the family interacts around that problem is different. Each family is unique. We each bring to each interaction our own neurobiology, our own family history, and our own belief system. This is why family life is so complicated and so delicious. We've learned that what allows people to change, what allows people to face their dilemmas with resilience is the experience of being deeply understood in their uniqueness by the members of their family. As I said last year, we are wired to connect. That is, we are neurobiologically wired to thrive on connection with others and to wither in isolation. This wiring is the underpinning of our capacity for empathy and compassion. It's the reason we hurt when our child suffers. So powerful is this need for connection that when we feel deeply understood, our brain lights up, and this helps create pathways for change. This is the reason that a deep, authentic conversation feels so good. Ackerman gives families the tools they need to talk to one another in tough situations. Family therapy can help family members open up the conversations about their worries, about their concerns, about their wishes and their dreams in a way that allows family members to hear one another. Family change can happen. We see it every day in our clinic for the families we treat. So remember, being in conversation matters, and being in connection matters. With your support and help, the Ackerman Institute will continue to be there for all the families that need us. Thank you.